Head coach Bruce Pearl here on the program. How are you, Coach?
I know you do, Rich. You have to pause for a second and go, the Auburn Tigers are heading to the Final Four. It's kind of mind-boggling.
Okay, so hold on. Let me do that again. Now joining us on the program, getting set to take the Auburn Tigers to the Final Four, head coach Bruce Pearl.
That is music to my ears.
I bet. What would it mean to you to cut down the nets Monday night?
Wow, I think, Rich, obviously great for Auburn and our fans and our university and our kids and our staff. I think the other thing, too, would be for all those Division II coaches or guys that have been assistants for a long time, that a total mutt, has a chance to win it all. And so I think for me that would be that'd be pretty cool.
Why do you call yourself a mutt, Coach?
I wasn't a great player. I had career-ending knee injuries when I was in high school, and I had to start off my college basketball career as a manager at Boston College, and just work my way up. And thank God for Tom Davis and the confidence he had in me and the things he saw in me, and so I guess that's kind of we started at the bottom and we're working our way pretty close to the top.
Dr. Tom, the longtime Iowa coach, he's the one who essentially gave you that big first chance, or did you? Who do you credit in that regard?
No, Rich, it was Coach Davis at Boston College, even before Stanford and before then it was Iowa. So back in the late '70s when I started at Boston College. Yep, and I know I look a lot younger than that, but I was at BC when ESPN was born. And you were, kind of getting started, and really going back in the day. So that's what it would mean for me. That grateful for the opportunity that Tom Davis gave me, and if I can do it, just about anybody could.
Bruce Pearl here on the Rich Eisen Show. How many times has Charles Barkley called you during this tournament? How many times has that happened?
As much as he's called me during the regular season, and no more. He's the real deal, 100% authentic, enjoying a run, but also understanding I need to work. And here, Rich, this is the most important thing. His confidence level in me was never any different when I was growing it and developing it and not winning. He still had great faith, and it was very consistent. And now, obviously, we're starting to enjoy some of the fruits of that labor.
Bruce Pearl here on the Rich Eisen Show. What challenges does Virginia pose for you on Saturday?
Well, it's all about matchups, and that's one of those statements that doesn't get used enough, even though it's overused. Virginia values possessions, offensively and defensively, meaning they make every possession count. They always get a good shot. They always have a solid defensive possession. They're efficient. We play faster. We don't value possessions. We have more possessions because we shoot it quicker. And if you do get involved in that too much, you're going to get beat. I think that we're not going to change how we play a lot, but we've got to be able to beat Virginia at their own game or in a slower-paced game, because we're going to have a hard time making them go faster. We're going to have a hard time turning them over. So, therefore, we better value possessions a little bit more.
Well, obviously, if you make your shots, that's the way you could try and keep this thing up tempo, if you guys make your shots. And, boy, do you take threes. I mean, you're second in attempts nationally, first in three-point makes. At what point did you and, again, obviously we talk about the evolution of your career. It seems that the premium of threes that we've seen in the NBA, where the three is a better shot than a two, has taken over basketball. At what point did you become an acolyte for something like that, Coach?
Long time ago. I mean, long time ago. It's just that, look, you listen to what you just said. When the three became more valuable than two, or whatever the word you just used.
Yes.
Come on, that's not rocket science. I wasn't a math major, okay? But, I mean, an inside three-point shot, foul and one, is the best offensive play in basketball. All right, the second best play is the open three-point shot. And everybody makes a big deal about a free throw, the fact that it's free and that there is no contact and nobody. Listen, if you can get an open shot from 6 feet behind the free throw line or whatever it is, and and whether it's contested or not, there is no contact, and you can't shoot it at 40%. You need to be doing something else, and so we've always believed in that, and so we try to do things to get open shots. Now, we played Kentucky in the regional final, and Cal did a phenomenal job of not letting us get open looks and not getting us many free shots. We only made 7 threes, but we were able to then take what they were able to give us, and that is some favorable matchups one-on-one. We got to the rim enough, and we actually beat them with 2-point baskets. So you've got to be able to do both.
So then I guess the worst shot in basketball is a 2-point shot just inside the 3-point arc. No
question. There's no question. Listen, you hit the nail on the head in the sense that, like, what do we work for defensively? We work like crazy to get people to take contested, tough 2-point shots. That's what we get. So why would you then offensively try to create a scheme that gives you contested 2-point shots? Doesn't make any sense.
So what do you say to a kid that hoists a 2 from 18 feet out, pretty much?
Depends on whether he made it or missed it.
Okay. That's an honest answer for sure. Oh, man. Bruce Pearl here on the Rich Eisen Show. So obviously Auburn making the Final Four is something to celebrate. Duke just missing it is something people are responding to, that this season's a failure. How do you take that concept in? Yeah,
it's a great comment. All right, so the season is a failure. A number 1 seed, an appearance in the Elite Eight, a Sweet 16. Would they lose 4 or 5 games all year long? How in the world can that be a failure? I understand that expectations are different at Duke, or expectations are different at Kentucky. But that doesn't, just because the expectations might be different, doesn't make it a success or not a success. Look, there are, let's just say we say at the beginning of the tournament, legitimately 25 teams capable of winning a national championship. And so, and I think that's safe to say. And so therefore, if 25 teams are, I'm not the math major, if you're expecting that one team or those 2 teams to do it, mathematically, that's just not a reasonable expectation. And so, Duke got beat by a great Michigan State team and a great coach, and it came down to what? Last possessions. So if the kid makes 2 free throws, not just one, all of a sudden that makes, Mike Krzyzewski the genius that he is again, or because he missed a free throw, he's no longer the genius that he is. And I understand about bottom lines, but there are 2 teams that are out there trying.
Couple more questions for Bruce Pearl, Auburn head coach. Have you decided what you're going to say to the kids before the game Saturday? Do you know now? What's your process on that subject matter?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we talk about passion, poise, and purpose. We talk about playing with passion and playing hard. We talk about being poised and probably handling the moment, the environment, and then our purpose is to try to win 2 more games. That's the end result. But the whole focus is the process, the things we need to do to try to have a chance to beat Virginia, strengths, weaknesses, game plan. Just say it over and over again, be repetitive. I think that would be probably what my moment, what it's going to be like.
Okay.
I won't really know till we get there.
But so you really, when you walk in the door, do you just feel the moment and just go for it? There's nothing prepared for a big Final Four game like that?
No, Rich, I will, every game it's the same. It's the same routine. I'll put the lineup on the board. I'll put my game plan up on the board right there for the players to hear, and I'll go through it with them step by step. Here's how we're covering this. Here's what we need to take away here. Here are the play calls that I like, and here's why. I go through it. It's the same whether we're playing an exhibition game preseason or playing for a chance to play for the national championship. It will not be any different. I will be no more intense. I will not sweat less or more. I will not have any different facial expressions. It will be the same.
Are you aware that there are some that are interested as to whether you have an extra shirt on hand because you have sweat through a shirt in a big game? Are you aware that there are those who focus on things like that with hard-earned American dollars?
Yeah, I'm hoping for some sort of a deodorant contract or some kind of a perspiration deal. And I won't get it because I'm going to continue to sweat. So therefore, they're beginning to starting to make these shirts that prevent you from perspiring.
Huh.
And if they could ever get me in one of those, now we're talking about something. Now we're talking.
Does anybody, last one for you, does anybody in the state of Alabama use the word schwitz in terms of that, Bruce?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have several guys on my staff that use it and that understand it.
Okay.
I know it's not exactly a minion, and I don't think there are many people in Alabama that would understand that word, but I think lots of them would understand schwitz. And I walk around the South saying, shalom, y'all, all the time. All the time.
Well, I guess to bring it all full circle, then much nachas to you, Bruce Pearl, on your journey to the Final Four, and let's chat along the line again.
Zygazut, my friend, Zygazut.
You got it. It's Bruce Pearl, everybody, right there.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.